So basically, she was accusing him, like anybody would do. And, you know, like for instance, like I don't know if you've ever been in a situation like I have been out with some people, and, it might be a third person or a third leg or third wheel pop up. It's somebody that we all know but don't really deal with like that. And then, something odd or, unexpected happen, and we all point the finger or look at him like, he was the cause of it, or she was the cause of it, or, you know, you know, because we associated or chose to associate with him. And that's probably how she was feeling. She accused him of being the reason that, death had befell her household. But if you, take a chance or take the time to reevaluate and look at it, like I said, it more than likely was a test of faith for both of them because of the fact, Elijah was able to raise the son from the dead. That was at that time. I believe Elijah was the first prophet to actually, ask or petition the Most High God to bring somebody back from the dead, Elijah's compassion, so verse 19. In verse 19 he said, and he said unto her, give me thy son. And he took him out of her bosom and carried him up into a loft where he abode and laid him upon his own bed. Verse 20, and he cried unto Yahweh and said, O Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai, my power, hast thou also brought evil upon the widow with whom I sojourned by slaying her son. Now, when you read that, you notice he's questioning the Most High God. So when you go back to James 5 and 17, a man like us, like I was previously stating, there's been many times I've questioned God, not understanding, trying to figure it out, but or wanting, not wanting to know, but like you gotta remember, the Most High God's thoughts are not your thoughts. So things happen for a reason. Things that may hurt us, things that you don't feel you be able to accept, but they all play a purpose. Like I said, so when he started questioning, it made him ask Yahweh for something that had never been done before. He asked Yahweh by the Shem Yahweh Shai for something that at that time seemed impossible. Verse 21, and he stretched himself upon the child 3 times, and unto Yahweh, and said, O Yahweh, my power, I pray thee, let this child's soul come into him again. And Yahweh heard the voice of Elijah, and the soul of the child came into him again and revived. Basically, Yahweh heard his prayer and basically restored the child's life. So their hope was rewarded. Like I said, just imagine what that did for their faith, because not only did it probably more than likely strengthen Elijah's, remember, this is previous before he confronts, all those priests of Baal. They said it was 400 and then 450. So in totality, he faced off against 850 prophets, if I'm not mistaken. Or, Salakia, not prophets, but, those fake priests of Baal. And then it had to do something for the woman's faith, because it says in verse 23, and Elijah took the child and brought him down out of the chamber into the house and delivered him unto his mother. And Elijah said, see, thy son liveth. Verse 24, and the woman said to Elijah, now by this I know that thou art a man of Yahweh, and that the word of Yahweh in thy mouth is truth. So, like I said, it had to have done something for her faith. You know, kind of like when Elisha was staying with that widow. Well, not the widow. It was that woman that had, I don't remember where exactly the story is. I know it's in 2 Kings, but it talks about how Elisha stayed with a woman that was married, and, you know, they were up in age, but Elisha told her that, you know, the Lord was going to bless her with a child. And basically, she left the country because it was like a famine or it was something going on at the time. So she left, and then when she returned, I forgot what king was sitting on the throne, but she basically testified because, let me try and find it. Here you go, right here is for 2 Kings chapter 8. Then spake Elisha unto the woman whose son he had restored to life, saying, Arise and go thou in thy household and sojourn wheresoever thou canst sojourn, for the Lord hath called for a famine. That's his name. Lord called for a famine, and should also come upon the land 7 years. And the woman arose and did after saying to the man of God, and she went with her household and sojourned in the land of the Philistines 7 years. And then she came back. Verse 3, it came to pass at the 7 years end that the woman returned out of the land of the Philistines, and she went forth to cry to the king for her house and for her land. And the king talked with Gehazi, the servant of the man of Yahweh, which was the servant of Elisha, saying, Tell me, I pray thee, all the great things that Elisha had done. So basically, Gehazi was, you know, conversing with the king, and the king was asking about, you know, the works that Elisha had done, and, you know, it was like right at that moment while he was telling him, it was nothing like actually talking to a person that, you know, the miracle actually happened to. She came to petition right at that moment while he was talking to the king, the woman that he had raised son from the dead, basically walked in to petition the king because she had left the land because of the famine, and she was coming to petition the king for, you know, her land back. And when he met the woman, he was so moved by her that he actually restored her household. And that's in verse 5. Said, and it came to pass, as he was telling the king how he had restored the dead body to life, that behold, the woman whose son he had restored to life cried to the king for her house and for her land. And Gehazi said, My lord, O king, this is the woman, and this is her son whom Elisha restored to life. And verse 6, and when the king asked the woman, she told him. So the king appointed to her a certain officer, saying, Restore all that was hers and all the fruits of the field, since the day that she left the land even until now. So basically, you know, it should help you to realize that you can't control what happens to you. All you can really do is control how you react to what happens. And in times of crisis, I mean, how much do you really trust the Most High God? You know, it's constantly test, you know what I mean? Even for a man in his truth that's trying to live by the law, statutes, and commandments. Going back to the story of Elisha, starting in 1 Kings chapter 18, verse 1. And it came to pass after the many days that the word of Yahweh came to Elijah in the 3rd year, saying, Go, show thyself unto Ahab. So basically, like I said, it said that he pretty much was dwelt with the woman, or the widow, for at least 2 years.